Hey guys, Weebhut Jr. is back with another news story sure to pique the interest of both the gaming and vegan communities. It's been a while since we did something like this, with the last one being our take on PETA vs Warhammer 40k, which you can check out via the card above. So, yesterday, Joe Donnelly of PC Gamer put out an article stating that animal activists got boxing kangaroo Roger Jr. removed from the Western version of Tekken 7. I'll read you the article right here. Call of Duty, Battlefield, StarCraft, Farming Simulator, and Warhammer are but a few of the established video game series that animal rights organization PETA has complained about over the years. It now seems Tekken can join that list too. While Tekken 7 landed in Japan over 2 years ago, the 7th main series entry to Bandai Namco's esteemed fight-em-up, the first to feature on PC, is due this June on Western shores. When it arrives, it'll come minus Roger Jr., the boxing kangaroo who replaced his similarly disciplined reptilian family friend, Alex, from Tekken 5 onward. Speaking to VG 24/7 at a press event, executive producer Katsuhiro Harada explained why this is. He states, "There was a video of a man's dog being headlocked by a kangaroo, and he punched it in the face. It turned into a big problem," says Harada. "People were complaining about him punching a kangaroo. It seems that in the last few years, there's a lot more animal activists. Even though they probably wouldn't play our game, they would still hear about a kangaroo in our game being punched, and would complain about it." Despite the fact Roger Jr.'s fighting, macropod father Roger has featured in the Tekken series since its second 96 outing, Kuma the bear will appear in Tekken 7 all the same, as it is obviously stronger than a human being, so suggests Harada. Tekken 7 is due on PC on June 2nd, 2017, and will come with 38 playable fighters despite Roger Jr.'s removal.
As you can probably see, the title of this article was made in classic clickbait fashion, implying that there was some outcry or PETA campaign against Tekken 7 for their animal characters, when there was nothing of the sort. Instead, we have the executive producer explaining how this was done as a preventative measure to avoid any potential backlash, using PETA's ridiculous stabs at different games and random people being upset at that video of a man punching a kangaroo as evidence for that potential. This kind of self-censorship is not unlike many publishers in the gaming industry scared of SJW backlash and fixing up their games before release in anticipation of it.
We've mainly seen this kind of censorship from companies such as NIS America in their strange attempt to appeal to the weeb pervert crowd by releasing Criminal Girls, while at the same time making unnecessary changes to give both them and the non-weeb audience no reason to purchase the NA version. Or the removal of the weirdly controversial petting minigame from Fire Emblem Fates.
Is it just me, or does it seem like the gaming industry doesn't follow the old adage of any press is good press, and instead chooses to try and attract as little negative attention as possible in their attempt to appeal to everyone? You would think that after successful results following this saying, such as the Dragon Crown fiasco or even the Trump presidency as examples, we would see a change with the line of thinking that in order to be successful, you need to avoid upsetting as many groups as possible, except in extreme cases where public opinion is overwhelmingly against something.
In this case, Katsuhiro Harada's reasoning for excluding Roger Jr. from the game is flimsy, citing public reaction to a viral video and being scared about PETA targeting them. Look, of course we believe that animal abuse is a terrible thing and should not be tolerated in any form. Actual kangaroo boxing does exist, and it's a terrible thing. But we're taking the same stance that we took with PETA vs Warhammer 40k. It's a game. I don't think that anyone but the most sensitive soul is going to get upset about animals in a fighting game when all competitors are equal. It's not like there's a minigame where you get to wail on a kangaroo for 2 minutes. They're treated as equals within the confines of the game, so I simply do not see the issue.
And besides, personally, I'm going off on a tangent right now, but I always, in arcades, loved playing as Roger Jr. and as Kuma because I like seeing animals take their vengeance on humanity.
Katsuhiro's reasoning for leaving Roger Jr. out but keeping Kuma in is also baffling, stating that a bear is obviously stronger than a human being. There are a few flaws with this logic. 1.
Animal abuse doesn't depend on whether or not the animal is physically stronger than a human. We abuse many animals that are physically stronger than us and have been for thousands of years, simply because we have the means to confine them and we're able to make money off of doing it.
2. Kangaroos will fuck you up. If anyone plays Tekken, then thinks to take on a kangaroo of their own, I would be glad to let the dumbass prove Darwin right. His comment also echoes Aonuma's stance on why Zelda can never be the main character in a Zelda game. If we have Princess Zelda as the main character who fights, then what is Link going to do? It carries with it a fundamental lack of understanding of the topic, and perhaps even dismissive of it as an actual issue entirely, choosing to think up any reason other than the actual one. We did it because we were scared of losing money.
This is not an issue with animal activists or SJWs. The issue is with companies making changes to their product without having a proper understanding of the actual causes they stand for. Every time an article like this comes out about a company changing something in a game as a knee-jerk reaction to the current social or political climate, it's incredibly clear how narrow their vision truly is.
As always, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to tell us, and let us know your thoughts on this. How do you feel about the removal of Roger Jr. from Tekken? Are you upset at it? And if so, is it more with the company or with the purported activists that forced their hand? Tell us in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.